mom, my grandmother, all teachers,
Okay.
and X, Y, and Z. So how I started, I did a lecture at Harvard when I was like 19 years old. They invited me up. Well, it started before that, but we don't have to go. But basically, MIT gave me a fellowship like 2019. I was the only athlete and the youngest.
Okay.
And what it came with was like they gave me a budget out like $100,000 to spend, and I had to come up with whatever I wanted, a project, something that's an extension of the University of MIT.
Okay.
And that was a part of the fellowship. There was 60 other fellows at the time. So they raised a lot of money for the fellows to be able to have funding to go do things, to go change the world. The guy that was doing his name was Joey Ito, Asian dude, who was also had like a background in like activism or something like that. But his thing was like, we need to have different people of different fields and walks in life kind of working together.
That's dope.
So he recruited me, got me as an athlete.
Okay.
I came on board. They gave me some bread to spend. And then Epstein happened. Like 6 months later, MIT got hit hard.
Yeah.
Because not only did they take money, they tried to hide it.
Of course. Everybody did.
Right. And but MIT
Pictures, everything.
Yeah.
but MIT got hit hard because they're supposed to be the most profound, X, Y, and Z. And not only did you take the money, you tried to hide it.
Right.
Like they tried to like hide the fact that it was him that gave it. So they got hit, they got canceled. They had to fire everybody. A whole new team came in, and stuff like that. So
He was trying to build out.
They cut my-
build out with OpenAI.
Move your mic, Keith.
they cut my funding
Jesus.
just because I guess Epstein was the one funding to MIT. So many fellows denounced. I don't know how many of them denounced.
The amount of money that he was moving around is crazy when it all came up.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean, Epstein is just Israel. So.
Yeah, because it's when you looked at it, it was funny. So
Have they came out with the files yet? They've been
Hell
pushing
no.
that down the
They-
line.
they
The
not
same
about-
day
For a
Kirk
year.
got
They're not about to do
killed,
all that.
They voted against it.
Yeah. That night,
These niggas are
the
slick.
night night he
Yo.
was shot, they voted
Yeah.
against it.
Already shot.
Bruh, it was
No.
crazy.
Bro,
slid
what?
it
Yeah.
through.
That is insane.
That was
God.
'cause that's
Yo,
like
they not even
putting
hiding.
nail
bro.
in the
They
They
coffin.
not even
bro.
hiding. But it was crazy. So I was trying to buy Revolt, right? And I was going through all the diligence, right, or buying the company, and I'm going through, and I'm like, I'm on the cap table, and I look at who owns it, and it was Ukaipa and HPS, and I'm like, okay, so I start digging in on Ukaipa. I look up HPS, the guy who started HPS, his wife, or his ex-girlfriend was Ghislaine Maxwell. All the pictures I pull up of these guys, they with Epstein on the island. Then I see him, Epstein, and Diddy and Cassidy. I said, oh man, we done. They got to clean. Remember when I told you that? I said, yeah. I said, we're going to have to wait this out.
Yeah.
Can't touch this shit right now, man. It's just,
And that's been how long? It's been like 4 years.
oh yeah.
Yeah, nothing's coming out because that'll break the whole system. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to now build the MAGA community on something different because they built it around these files. They built it around draining the swamp, but now they're the swamp that needs to be drained, and they're the niggas in the files. So their own community is going after them. So they switching it over to this evangelism of Charlie Kirk and Christian nationalism. So they have something else that the community is tied to, but that shit not gonna work. You can't keep those people unified.
Well, because now we can do too much research. So
Yeah.
the problem is the MAGA movement didn't realize that they were being controlled by the same group. So they thought they were this
was-
like
They thought they were
anti-group,
some radical.
and then they realized where the funding came from, and they were like, "Shit, we a part of the same motherfuckers." To me, this shit is just funny, man. And it's like Jalen Keys and I, we've been just sitting over here just rapping, man, for the last just months, really, about how you can think programmatically, like, and there's like these projects and programs, or you can do a company and all this stuff one-on-one. But what these guys like have really done is they built such an institution that you can't even, you got to really dig to track. Like, it wasn't one thing that they were doing. They looked at a whole strategy, and they looked at it in terms of decades. And it was like, how do they solve for the pipeline? It's like with athletes right now. So you know, if you want to change the face of sports right now, they start with AAU programs.
100%.
Where you guys are, they already downstream on pipeline. Like, that's what's happening in baseball. Like, Atlanta baseball is crazy, Keys. Like, if you want the kids that used to come out of Atlanta playing baseball that were dope, They can't even afford to be on the teams. The teams are costing $5, $6, $7 grand a year. Parents are like, wait, what the fuck? Then I got to buy my bat, buy the gloves. It's a cost barrier. But why is that? Because they know what the guaranteed contracts look like. They're like, wait, we can't have all these black kids making those contracts. Because the contracts are only going up.
Yeah.
So they just go so far downstream and look at the whole system. And we get caught up, like, we'll look at one little piece of it, and it's like, nah, we got to open it up. And it's a matter of where do we start? So we know we want to create this change, right? You've talked about it, you talk about it, I talk about it. We all, like, talk about it. But it's like, where do we start? Dynasty, the whole premise of Dynasty. We're like, okay, we got a bunch of dope brothers, the top of all these different industries, all geared up. We with it. We want cultural sovereignty, right? We want to improve quality of life. Where do we go? Like, what's the problem? And you look at the main problem is, and Keys, you talk about it, because it's cognitive warfare. Like mentally, it's like the perception and our reality of that is so negative.
Mm-hmm.
We look at each other and it's negative. Other communities look at us, it's negative. When the fact is, all that we produce and create is positive. It's actually amazing for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual results coming out of the community are amazing, but yet you go to another country and they're like, what's up, my nigga? And they want to take the worst of us. They want to take this image that they're seeing. And it's like, we don't have any sort of narrative control. If we don't solve for that, to me, everything else is extremely difficult.
100% agree. I mean, because that's how they got us. The people with no talent are the ones who manage our talent.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Not the best actors, story writers, screenwriters, nothing. But they realize that they don't have to be if they can just manage everybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it goes into building these and funding these groups behind the scene that control narratives in the culture. But then the power, while we don't always see the value in it because there's no pipeline to where that leads. So in a white nation, the pipeline is, if you can get the kids' consciousness, then that becomes something we can then turn into narrative that goes into legislation. You understand me? But we're not looking at it as a full pipeline. So even if somebody is doing the one thing, they don't see where it goes because it's not nation building all the way around.
No. But it's also like what your imagination is. Like these kids, like what you see. Like if you can see yourself in a place, you'll do it, right? So like kids can see themselves as a basketball player. It don't matter if both their parents is 5'2", they still like, fuck it, it's possible. Like I seen somebody that kind of looked like me is from my community. But if you say, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur, what's the image that you see? You're going to see a Zuckerberg. It's going to be a kid, you know what I mean? It was a hoodie, right, with some glasses and a dropout from one of the schools. Like that's the image. If you want to live Christ-like, what's the image of Christ that you see? They created a vision for you that wasn't even accurate. It wasn't even, in the word, it actually looks different. But how they painted it through art,
Well,
very different in their
strategic
likeness.
imagination.
So like everything they're doing, it's marketing, it's storytelling. So it's like for us, the stories exist. So we know if I wanted you to feel that entrepreneurs look a certain way, I make shows that show entrepreneurs that look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know why I became the new madman? It was Boomerang. I can give you the exact moment. The show Boomerang with Eddie Murphy, it was black advertisers. And it was so cold, me watching that growing up, it was no shock that I started an ad agency. I saw it. Like, but what happens now with our stories, like, we don't see ourselves in all of these, and they change it on us. So then even when somebody becomes great, what do? They demonize it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they hated Obama so much. Because you got a whole generation that saw the image of presidency was a black man and a black family. They were like, oh, we fucked up. When did Turning Point get funded? While Obama was president.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we gotta change it. That was a sense of urgency. They were like, we're gonna lose a generation of kids. They don't see us as the greatest thing. They see in black people.
That's what Charlie Kirk was in.
He
was
was
the
funded
Yep.
by this white guy that
old
grabbed
white
him out
dude.
of college, gave him damn near $5 million.
Yeah, that's
Go
Turning
after
Point.
The consciousness,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Turning point meaning the crisis. The crisis is white people losing power.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple.
But it was an organization though.
It's an
Yeah, he started as an
Organization.
organization that he went against. He went on all the college campuses, but they was
Yeah.
able to create
They
chapters.
was trying to get the youth.
And
Correct.
the key thing is, though, they was able to control funding in those schools because he'd get presidents of organizations to sign up for those chapters.
Mhm.
So when they added it up, it ended up being like $500 million that they had under control. Even though Turning Point itself probably ended up doing like $81 million.
And that was like
Correct.
on some Republican or conservative shit they was trying to like.
It was a right wing Christian
Right-wing.
conservative movement
Yeah.
that they were trying to bring back. It has now created all these different factions. But after you highlighted to me, I went in a rabbit hole and started really digging. It was 3 entities. So they got a for-profit entity. They have a C3 and a C4. That's why they can do so much political
What was their
stuff.
for-profit?
The for-profit is actually Turning Point Media.
Okay, that makes sense.
They did it. It's a brilliant setup because they could just hide money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the C4 is so much. We don't even know how much money their C4 has. That's that political contribution. That's why they can push
Mm-hmm.
and say that's what we're for. Because normally you couldn't do that technically. Like not as a C3. Has to be open public good. But a C4, you can actually shift it. And I was like, yo, 500 million.
That's how much they got, or that's how much they were receiving from. Was it from the government?
Various funders, and that's how much they seeded to change a generation to sway them into ultra Christian nationalists, conservatives.
It was just, again, it just goes back to having something intentional. You know what I mean? He got sponsored and mentored, and he contributed to a larger goal. You know what I mean? I think everything we do is just fragmented, and it's more so just you're building your thing, but in isolation, and it's not connected to all the other pieces. You know what I mean? And if we don't do it now, I'm just on some, like, it's like some now and never shit. You feel me? And in this country, we're going down the same path that Nazi Germany did. You know what I mean? Like, and they can't control everything, but if they can make us believe they can, then they win. You understand me? And it's a lot of young people that are politically conscious,
Facts.
but there's no network. There's no nation network of those minds being connected. And then they're also limited because they have to go to the same people they fighting against for funding. So it's like black culture being controlled by white ad dollars. You know what I mean? How can you do anything revolutionary when a revolution is dependent on the enemy?
So talk to me about Dynasty, because that's what Dynasty is.
Yeah, so Dynasty, so we've come together, so a lot of the guys, so about 12, I think it's 12 of the 22 guys that were there have already signed up.
12 disciples.
Officially. Yeah, hey, there
Hey,
you go.
man.
That's actually,
I'll be catching.
I ain't, but 12 guys have officially locked in saying, all right, we're with it. Everybody else is just like, can we see what's next, right? It's not that they're not interested. I think they just want to see what's next. What we're trying to figure out, and we have 2 weeks for this, Jalen, but because the next meeting is first week in October. We've all come together on that same mission, right, that we talked about. We want to pull our capital together to do something, right, some initiative. When I started to break it down, and this is where Keys and I have really been connecting on it, I'm like, well, technically, we have more influence than we have capital. That's right. So if I look at how the white boys have run the game, they started with capital, right, with a business. They've pumped up their own companies. They've used that capital to buy influence, right? They buy a Twitter or X. They're buying TikTok, right? So, like, they don't have cool, but they use their money to buy cool.
Mm-hmm.
Once they have the capital and the influence, they buy politicians, they have power.
Mm-hmm.
So we know it's capital plus influence equals power. Okay, I'm with that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't start with capital because I don't think we have enough. So where can we organize our influence, use our influence to build more capital to then have power? So
What's enough though? What's enough capital?
so I think
And what is it that we want to do?
I think if we actually just go ahead and have our own media company, you can use that and create enough capital because the ad dollars are available. So you can monetize content in a way where you can create enough, use that money to buy more assets. Because really it's just about owning jobs, right? So you want to own narrative, you want to own jobs, then you can influence politicians. Once you influence politicians, you change policy. That's power.
And that's is that strategy like before we talked about like media companies that become distressed assets, buying one or starting one from scratch?
I have been scouring, you guys both know, for, 2 years now? I don't think any of them are worth buying at the prices that people want. I think it's cheaper where we can learn, understand it by starting our own. Because there's enough content out there. There's people like Keys that are making great stuff. There's just no one greenlighting their content. And it's like, how much does it cost to greenlight it? Not much. What they really need is, Keys, do you need that much money for your content, or would you actually need a sales group to bring in ad dollars so you
Yeah,
can
it's
make
the
more money
people.
on it?
You know what I mean, that's like running costs of like $1.1 million a year. But then that's going to bring you way more than, you know what I mean, you're spending. But it's like, but I know that's for like everybody that I know is in media right now.
Everybody.
Nobody has a budget.
Because nobody has an ad platform. So
Well, at least that's not pushing gambling or like weed
So
or
look,
liquor.
Jalen, this is what you got to see, and this is why the room was so special. One of the biggest advertisers in the world was in the room, right? That was Damon, the little short, light-skinned guy, is the only black president at Procter & Gamble. They spend just about more money than anybody on ads. So that's Tide, Gillette, right? All those brands. So you're talking $8 billion a year. He's got a carve-out of $500 million for black advertising. It does not get spent. There's not enough black-owned media out there that's organized in a way that they could buy from. So I got a bank right there, but we're not organized to be able to borrow, to take from the bank. So all I'm saying is I just need enough money, right, collectively, where I can organize the platform and organize all the content and say, hey, Damon, P&G, I need you to go ahead and put up that $500 million. It's sitting there. Well, now you just got a company that's doing $500 million. You got good profit. Well, what do you do with that? Well, Jalen, let's go buy more companies. So to me, it's like it becomes a machine because it's just reinvestment. But we got to start with something that gets the machine going that I think is low enough cost. I think the low cost way of doing it is organize the influence, organize the content that's out there. It doesn't cost that much. That's $5 million versus trying to buy Revolt that I was doing. That's $200 million. That's different.
And with that, you really control the whole culture.
Yeah.
You control the conversation. You control the direction in which it goes. You can control most of creators, and the control matters because you niggas need to have the power and control. Because without it, then you have other people able to see control that's able to come and be like, "Yo, I want you to do prize picks." You know what I mean? But that means you got to keep your audience ignorant in order to keep selling them gambling. Because if you raise their consciousness, then they're not gambling no more.
Well, let's see if we break it down in a practical sense, right? You got Think 450, right, Jay? So you got 450 dope brothers that are making content all the time, off their phone, right? Posting all day. Are they monetizing it?
No.
Usually not, right? All you need to do, that's an ad network. I could take all 450 players with Todd, that was also at the event. We go to upfronts and say, Think 450 is actually doing ad buys. Now every player is making money off of their own content. So that's what I mean by organizing. Like, the content's being created. That shit is happening. Like, they don't need us to do that. Like, it's already organically happening, and people can do it for very low cost. What are these mics and a Black Magic? You know, this shit ain't no money. Like, everybody can do that. But what you can't do is, do I have the resources to go and sell to the advertisers? Do I have the resource to go and do an event? Do I have the resource to then go and pay for a location if I want to do something extra? Do I have the resource for an editor? Those are like those extra costs that happen in a media company. I think that's what I think we could pull together as a dynasty group, fund that, have real traction, real wins, real stories that influence the culture positively, create momentum, and we keep going. Because now it's like,
Is it what, like podcasts? Is it?
you have to do
is
podcasts,
it-
documentaries, full stories, full thing,
Yeah,
360.
full.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't just, it can't just be a bunch of niggas with mics like this. Like,
Covering sports.
I think we have to do
Everything.
sports, family, lifestyle, and that content is there. We actually started sourcing it. Keys and I have been doing this shit. When did we start Factory? That was
That was almost, what,
that was
2,
a year
3
ago.
years ago?
No,
I
that
feel
was
like
a-
it was long.
Yeah, no, it was like a year ago.
Sheesh, that was a whole journey.
We had 12,000 hours of content organized. So
I
to
don't
me, at
think
least
it-
it's like I'm always like, how do you crawl, walk, run?
Yeah, it's in the lines of what I've always wanted to do anyway. It'd be dope to be able to have like a beat writer that's in the locker room that's not asking you all these trick questions that come
Yeah.
to work. You know, but you got sports, you got music, you got politics, you got business, you would have to cover all of those sectors.
Correct.
Right, and then also production,
Correct.
documentaries.
Correct.
What do you call them? When you all of that.
But here's what I want to tell you.
Content, podcasts.
Thinking about producing it all is overwhelming. What I will tell you, having been out in it, these people are already creating it. So they've already done
curated.
it. So what they have is they already have the product. Now you can tell them, hey, we want you to own your IP. We're going to help you distribute it. So it's like, we're going to do a rev share with you. We're going to go and get P&G. They want to put up $1 million for that. We'll split it with you. 500, or whatever we want to make the split. Bro, they're happy. Now you created a machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the momentum. Because to me,
instead of trying to start from scratch, just go out with people that's already in consolidated. It's a bunch of writers, it's a bunch of scripts out there, it's a bunch of podcasters.
All day.
And just bring them under one umbrella.
We put out, here's the announcement. Yo, it's time that we can greenlight our own culture.
Right, especially with this
We
shit that's
taking
happening
control
right
over it.
now.
If you got something dope, open pitch, pull up, we want to see it.
And everybody is coming because niggas is afraid that you can't even, like, they can destroy history. You know what I mean? And it's like,
They try
hey,
it.
how do we just
I like
reframe
that.
our own narratives? You know what I mean? Because I really want to push it. Reframing context of the past and futurism.
So important.
Like, that's the education, where the education is just decentralized in a manner where it's in the content. It can never be destroyed.
But
I
Jalen,
love it. That was already something that I wanted to do.
and we've started. So, like, I'd love for you to be a part of it. We've talked about this. I know my boy Michael Bennett wants to be a part of it. Like, there's a lot of us that are on this wave.
Is it a dynasty thing though, or no?
I think a lot of the Dynasty members will choose to invest, right? Remember, Dynasty is just organizing capital of ideas, right? The actual companies or products are always spin out. So what's that cap table look like? It should be filled with Dynasty members, we hope, right? That's the goal. But if not, we just do it. Like, because that's all we're doing with Dynasties. You got to keep pitching projects to the group to see what they're going to fund, right? We can't force anybody to invest in something.
Right.
But we can present the ideas, and that's the whole point. Was we're
Okay,
sharing
yeah.
all those deals.
For sure.
And what about the nonprofit side, similar to how Charlie Kirk set his shit up?
So
You know what I mean?
we have a national nonprofit, right? That's Venture Noir, which Keys has been a part of. I think we open it up, and it's fiscal sponsorships. So people that are in Dynasty, you have like certain things that you want to do. You just need who's doing the nonprofit administrative work for you to give you cover. Because that's really all Turning Point was, is that's the umbrella, the back office. Each chapter, right, was doing their own thing. So it's like, I'm a chapter, you're a chapter, like, but who's just handling our governance? Because nobody owns a nonprofit. To me, it's just, you don't want everybody having a nonprofit and then paying all the back office. It's financially inefficient. But I think that's the easiest way, because we call this soulful side missions. So it's like, how do you do these soulful side missions? Like there was a black kid, he was a creator in one of the schools down the street. Super dope black kid, saved up all his money, bought a camera, and the kids robbed him for his camera. Right, so, all right, a couple of us, we use the nonprofit, and we just donated to buy the kid a camera. Like, you can kind of use it and deploy it versus on things
Should've
that
got him
drive
some
our
karate
initiative.
lessons. Get his camera taken again.
Bought him a gun. Hey, go find him. Go get your camera back.
What you say?
Give me the-
Inefficient finances. You can get his camera. Should've got him.
You can teach a man how to fish.
He
Give
should
him
have
a
got us some
fish.
karate lessons. He could have got his camera back for free. For
Might
half
have
the
got
cost.
extra.
Hey, would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Would have been cheaper.
I got some interest on that shit.
Them lessons ain't nothing but $100 a month. Nah.
Oh man,
But
no,
nah,
but even that, like, you know, the wellness component, like, for me, that's like black men in America and black women. We got the worst. We are the most physically gifted and physically cursed. You know what I mean? And I want to change the biological age of black America. Like, how do we bring that down as a collective? Because you also then strengthen our consciousness cognitively. You think for self, the healthier you are. But niggas physically are fucked up. That's why they so depressed. You understand me? Their blood rates is sky high, heart cancer. I know, like, in my own circle, I know niggas with cancer, niggas with all diabetes, all kind of shit. And I'm like, how did y'all get so bad? You know what I mean? So how can you, like, you look at America and you look at the health, which is directly proportionate to our poverty, which is also directly proportionate to our consciousness. You can't raise a nation up unless they got that God body for real. So I feel like the double voice in which I speak when I talk about wellness is really militancy, it's really discipline, it's really training, it's really consciousness. But if we speak in a language of longevity, giving people those protocols, you understand me? You're also training up a nation, you understand me, of men, you feel me, to actually become an army, if you will. You feel me? But we don't do that, then it's almost for nothing. If you don't get the youth and you don't get the health right, then it ain't nothing we can do. You need the brothers to feel capable, to think independent, to do for self.
I think, to build on that, I'm just going to say it plainly. I think we need to be controlling what we consume in all facets of it. What we consume from a content standpoint, what we consume from a food standpoint, what we consume from a product standpoint, meaning products that we put on our bodies. So when I say we need to control storytelling with a production company that we organize, I'm talking about both media and products.
Yeah.
It's holistic,
100%.
right? Like I was mentoring one of the
Products and
companies that you
communities.
guys had in your program, Melanin Hair Care,
Mhm.
right? They're distributed next to one of my companies
Doing
in
great.
Target, right? But here's the problem. Do you know how many of those companies just like that Sisters brand that are going out of business right now? They got propped up with venture capital. The DEI got cut from Target, Walmart, and all of them. They're getting hit with chargebacks. Almost all of them are going out of business.
Mm.
So I'm just rolling up these black-owned businesses because it's like, yo, how do we get a second chance? Because those products were built off of somebody who recognized the problem that they personally had and felt that they wanted to push it out to the community.
Mhm.
We need more people that are on it. What do you always say? Prosumer versus consumer.
Prosumer, produce what you consume.
Right? So it's like, when you look at a studio, that's the way to do it. Because now, Melanin Hair Care, what's her challenge for growth? Awareness. How can she grow profitably when the cost of awareness is more expensive? Well, guess what? If we have a show and you decide to put it in the show, we're growing. It's like, how do we control our... That's narrative and storytelling.
Nah,
That's all
no,
I'm saying.
Yeah, y'all
I
preach to
just
the
need a
choir.
revolutionary reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
Y'all never watch, I know that's sidebar, but y'all ever watch Reading Rainbow when you was a kid?
Hell yeah.
I was reading this article about how, you know, of course, literacy rates are so goddamn low right now that the kids are illiterate, even in college. You know what I mean? That the professors are talking to the children and they don't have the ability to understand stories anymore.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
president's illiterate. So.
Yeah, but it's like, that's where you get idiocracy. So if you can't literally get them to read print books, again, you don't really have a future with youth.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it won't be a literal thing, but how do you make the biggest black book club in the world? I think there's a lot of what we doing is how you make this shit cool without even realizing it. And people want to be a part of it. It just don't feel like movements. It feels fragmented. It feels like everybody's on social media curating a profile, but none of this shit is happening together. You feel me? And so that's where it's like all of this really goes into the factors of nation building, right? You got a product, like talking to these young girls today, called Sensory. Sensory is like a non-alcoholic beverage. They do like Cava, Blue Lotus, etc. And they doing really good. And I'm mentoring them, kind of helping them go along. But it's like, if I'm pushing, right, and Gen Z is like want to do sober social and they want to meet up in communities, I can't also push alcoholism, you understand me? But if I have media that I can also connect to a product, and then that company is growing and they eventually actually want to sell the company. But you allow people to do shit like that. You build out companies, you build out media, you understand me? And it creates an economy. I just want to make sure that whatever we're doing it's intentional at that level where it's circular economics and it's nation building.
Well, the simplest way is just to start from what's the filter, right? Because right now, what black content or anything that we produce, what gets funded? It's usually to our detriment.
100%.
So all you do is you just draw a line in the sand. Like, no, we're only funding things that celebrate our talents, gifts, and love, not our trauma.
Which I love.
Draw the line in the sand. That's it. That's all the fuck that we pay. Show us a story. Show us how it's going to lead us towards our mission, which is cultural sovereignty or improving quality of life. If you want to push relaxers and perm to the community that we know is causing cancer, well, no, nigga, that's not getting funded. Easy. Cut that one. If you pushing a show out, that's some gossip bullshit. That's not helping the culture out. We ain't funding that. Move on. Like, kick rock. Like, to me, this shit ain't even really rocket science at this point because there's no opportunities. So, niggas ain't got no opportunities
no
right
choice.
now. So,
It's
all
a
you
bunch
saying
of,
is, we gonna give you an opportunity, but we a filter. The owners of the company, we the investment committee. Pitch us. If we like the shit, it's a go. We green light it. That's what white boys is doing. That's why they got a green light. But what happens right now? We want to create something, and you got to go to a white guy to green light our culture, and then we complain that we don't like the culture. Well, motherfucker, because you asked the wrong dude for money. He drove his agenda. He was like,
Right.
"Oh yeah, I'll fund the same shit. I want to fund the stuff that gives me an advantage."
And all you do is
So I need y'all niggas weak.
down till it's
I'll
safe.
fund that. All right, I'm gonna fund your trauma all day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fund your talents and gifts because I don't want people to see that. To me, it's really
a
not.
million Ryan Couglers, basically.
Bruh,
And a million 19 keys.
all of them. Look,
Straight up.
Jalen's all. I want all
You
of
just
them.
need a
Like,
certain archetype to be the prevalent one.
and how
But
about
people
doing it with
typically
love?
want to become who's rewarded. That's just
it.
the way the world works.
Bro, right now, man, I was sitting there with when we went to the label with Simba, right? He took me to what was it, DJ Drama or whoever, right? Generation Now, out there in Atlanta on the last day. So I'm over there and they were breaking down like how they fund an artist. I'm like, yo, tell me like how's this music shit? Like how's it working? Because I don't know the music industry like that. They were like, man, we go and get some gutter ass kid. We have one of our writers write a hit song for him. We give him the song, tell him to rap that. They put $10,000 behind it in social media, send him back to his community, have him film the video, put another $10,000 into boosting the content. And now he's a star. I said, okay. So that's what. So again, if
And
we're looking at
then sign
Instagram,
him to a deal, taking all his rights,
all his shit, bruh,
Yeah.
and then
Music industry is
put a
okay.
life insurance policy on him.
for $20,000. So if he died, at the company get
All of
And
it.
if it don't work,
First
it's a
in
tax
line.
write-off that they needed anyway.
First in line. Come on, bruh. Like that. So to me, it's like capitalism. I get it. It's a game. We know the game. Let's play the game. Like, let's play the game though with integrity, like the way that we want. Like they already set the fucking rules. Okay. So that's why I'm like, Jalen, when I say our influence is greater than our capital, because you know what? When Revolt got funded, these white boys put up $65 million to start Revolt. And they put it up with a 2 times liquidation preference, meaning they have to get 2 times their money back first before Diddy was going to get $1. So it was already controlled. And then they put another $50 million of debt on the business. So that's why I'm like, do I want to buy Revolt? Well, buying Revolt means I got to pay them out 2 times their shit and pay out the debt before I start? No, I'm good. I'd rather start with $5 million. See what we could build. If we can get some traction, then I'll go and buy something that's a better deal. That's capitalism. So, like,
yeah.
I don't have to overthink the shit.
And look at this shit you could do. You turn the youth into an army. Now, the way they be clipping, you understand me? You set out a budget for payout. Man, your shit
What?
is everywhere. I ain't never done clipping, but I know if I did, because my shit just goes organic, like, we taking over the planet.
And I mean, at this point, you can leverage the technology to force clipping. You can
Yeah.
clip yourself. You can
Uh-huh.
start 1,000 accounts, code it, and then just release it.
That's-
Next
that's-
thing you know, you don't realize you keep seeing. You like, damn, why do
Yeah.
I keep seeing
That's
this
what
shit?
clipping is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bro, that's
Hell
Andrew
yeah.
Tate. That's what a lot of these like influencers doing now.
Uh-huh.
But they're leveraging technology. These are fake
Yeah.
pages.
But that's what major companies do too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's why I said-
That's
artificial
what everybody
metrics.
doing. There's no, all right. So there
Music
is
industry,
organic, and the
shoot.
organic are
All of
connected
it,
to
bro.
real
All of
people, which gets real community. But then there's leveraging the tech, which gives you the influence and gives you the leverage of being seen. You understand me? And all they're doing is converting that leverage, right? None of that shit is organic. Niggas don't give a fuck about their opinion that much or what they doing.
Look, I mean, let's say it another way, guys.
I know
right?
a bunch of them little niggas, and they be killing it.
I give us into a way that makes it even simpler. What bank does the black community have? It's not really any, right? So what is a record label? What is a music studio? What is a film studio? It's just a bank.
Mm-hmm.
They're just funding ideas. They don't even have to create shit. The ideas are coming and they're choosing what they're gonna fund based off of their underwriting.
Mm.
All we're saying is it's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And how much money do you actually need to fund? We're getting so little that anything is everything for
Right.
us. If you did right now, and I did this with Venture Noir. Remember, we were doing giveaways. Like, we'd have pitch competitions, Jalen. Jalen, we give away $5,000, bro, on a pitch competition for a business. People were driving 5-6 hours for 5 bands. They were so hungry for something that they were willing to do that. So it's like, we're out here starving. That's really where the community is. So it doesn't cost a lot. Like, right now in the world of business,
I like it.
black content is cheap as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cheapest shit to buy.
But it's the best shit at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell us about, like, just Jalen, you've been thinking about this. So what you want to, you have a production company, or you've been wanting a production company, like?
I lightweight have one.
Okay.
Well, I had a company I started. I didn't put any money into it though. I just started it just to start the process, like filming content. More so, it was more so based off of what I was doing, not like what others are doing. I definitely wanted to start expanding it, but I had a company called Medulla.
Okay.
And Medulla basically had the same blueprint. I wanted, my vision for a production company was to control storytelling, control your narrative. I wanted to launch a newspaper. That was the first project that I was going to put some money in.
Still
and it was
should
going to
do
be
that.
attached to Black Wall Street as well.
Mhm.
I mean, the Boston Exchange do a newspaper instead of like going backwards. So I remember I read that we was in the museum together, and Huey P. Newton Museum, but I knew that before. But they used to have a newspaper with the party,
Yeah.
and they used to drop it off to, like, I can't remember. It was like 117,000 households or something like that that would get the newspaper, like a black newspaper,
Organic.
with the updates of sports,
Like the North
history,
Star.
politics,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I had that idea, but we ended up going away from it. But we had a production company called Medulla, and your medulla in your brain is the part that you actually see with.
Yep.
So that's where it got its name from. But I didn't put no money into it or anything. But it was in my 5-year. It was in my 5-year scope.
Okay.
So production company. Now, I've been meeting with development execs to try to get that thing going, because I got content, I got anime stuff I want to produce. I got documentaries people is coming at me with. So we've been gearing up to start moving with a production company, but it hasn't gotten off. I haven't put no money into it. I haven't hired nobody.
Okay.
But I've been having meetings this
Yeah.
past year. I've met with development execs. I've met with writers. Got book ideas that I personally wanted to put out.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So it was more so around me, and stuff and projects that I wanted to do.
Yep.
But I like the idea of others sourcing black talent, being able to come in and push projects and co-sign whatever it is that you fuck with,
Well,
and get behind it.
I'll pitch
But-
you this. I'd love for you to do both. So one, I'd like for you and a few other folks, including myself, we fund the kind of back office of what this is, of the label. And then I think there's individual IP where you probably are your own label as well. So like this group could be the work for you, but you would still own Medulla, right? For example,
Mhm.
just like Keys has high level conversations, right? And high level media. Same thing. To me, this is like back in the day when you had the main label, right? That everybody was a part of, but then you still had Rock Nation, right? You
Mhm.
had, or not Rock Nation, what was the shit called? Dame and Jay-Z. Jesus Christ. Rockefeller. You had Rockefeller. You had Death Row. You had, these are kind of subs, but they still had a parent company that was, I mean, what did Master P have? It was a 90-10 deal. You know what I mean? So like, to me, it's like you can own both because the infrastructure is the same.
Mhm. It is. It's
So it's like-
writers, executives,
Yeah.
it's the same shit.
So I'm like, if you're down for that, that's already what I'm down for. I know Keys is down for that. A few of us, if we put together, this is a low cost investment and we could be in the money, and you still own your IP. So it's like you own your stuff and a portion of the house. Keys owns his stuff and a portion of the house.
I like it.
I own my stuff and a portion of the house.
Put it on paper for me.
I will. That paper's already done. It's already branded. It's called 21 grams. The weight of the soul.
21 grams.
It's the weight of the soul.
How did Dynasty get his name?
You know what? Keys that were really fucking around, man. He was cutting. He canceled all the names. I was such a
I'd
marketing
be
nerd.
big
I just
enough.
start throwing shit out, and he was like, "Nah, this don't feel right." How did we land on Dynasty?
I think we just kind of went through the philosophy of it. Like, what are we trying to build? You know what I mean? It's like kings coming together, empires coming together. You know what I
It's a
mean?
dynasty.
You know what I mean? It's nation building. And I truly believe, like, what you name, your thing can only become as big as the name.
Yep.
How long
Yeah,
is
man.
a dynasty? Is 250 years, 300 years? What is a dynasty? It's 300 years.
That is a great question.
Can you
I think
fact check
it's-
that? That's my
Yeah,
fact
I'm
check,
like,
man.
I'm like, look,
It's gonna be somewhere around. I think it's 300 years.
I
250,
think I
300
feel like
years.
it's like 200 or something.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
I didn't even know it was
You know, I had an
time bound like that. But
Yeah,
I mean, when I'm thinking of the Chinese
because
dynasties, yeah,
Egyptian dynasties.
yeah,
Was it like 200 to
Han
250 years?
dynasties. The Japanese and the Asians, they
man, this guy.
ChatGPT is awesome, dog.
yeah. I mean,
800 years.
Whoa,
800?
800.
Francis Burger Dynasty 200 years. Shorter ones 30 and 40.
Okay.
30, 40? What'd you say?
Yeah, you got enough time.
Shorter dynasties are 30 to 40 years. Still count.
You got built
So
some
it
shit big
depends.
enough.
It depends.
But it depends on the resilience of that dynasty and how big it becomes.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
was like. Some
there's no
dynasty.
set tone.
Yeah, I
No,
was like,
there's
I
no
don't
set.
think there's a
I
set.
don't
It's
think
just,
it's-
it's,
But like the
it's
Egyptians,
impact.
But
25
mostly,
dynasties in Egypt.
you're going to see they don't get past, you know what I mean, a certain couple hundred years.
But
Yeah,
there's 2,500. I mean, there's 25 dynasties in Egypt. How do they measure that?
based
I
off of
guess-
change of control.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
So that's why I was
beginning
like,
and
I
the
think
end
it's
of that
based
dynasty.
off of like rulership. So like
Yeah.
when it changes hands. So the goal is like, you know, most families, because that was kind of how we were talking
Right,
about
right,
it.
I like
a
that too.
family is 3 generations,
Uh-huh.
right? Usually before it loses money. If we do it as a multi-generational thing with
My
dynasty
kids,
is
your
like
kids, or
Right.
whatever.
exactly. It was like, what's the family office for the culture?
Right.
So the culture's family office, it's not just mine, it's yours, like all of us together. It should be infinite,
Right.
right? Because like, I mean, Judaism is a dynasty, you know.
That's the way to go about it.
Yeah. And it's based on power. You understand me? And ownership and righteousness.
Trust.
Trust is
Yeah,
key.
trust.
Trust.
And mission
Trust-based
alignment.
alliances.
So I'll give you, because the other thing too,
That's the one.
Jalen, like as we're looking at it, right? What's like the phasing of things? We all still love the real estate component, right? And building our own community.
Gotta handle that.
So like we know that. We also believe in job creation, right? We need to make sure that our culture has jobs, right? They're employed. Unemployment rates right now for black people are crazy high. Black women is ridiculous at this point.
Mhm.
So we have to look at that whole system. But it was like, again, if we start with the storytelling and the narrative, then we move into, okay, where does that give us leverage? I think we can start having conversations with these politicians appropriately, right? Because now it's like, all right, we have this influence. You want to get on our shows because you need to boost your
We
awareness.
need you to grant us.
Come on. Now I'm pushing you. And it hit me. I was out in New York with like Governor Cuomo, Mom Donnie, Adams, all of them, right, doing a session a couple weeks ago. And they were all asking me the same shit. How can you help with our awareness? Because they all have these political aspirations even beyond. They're already looking
Nah,
at what's
for sure,
next.
For sure.
Right.
I'm seeing it in real time. Like when I get back on the 24th, I got a meeting with the governor of Massachusetts. They want to give me $1 million a year for the next 5 years. And it's an election year for the governor. The mayor just got reelected. I damn near just helped her get reelected. I let her like come to all my events, so she just got reelected. But the governor, I think it's an election year for her, and you know, they've known how much capital I've already put into the city, so they wanna match it over the next 5 years.
Okay.
Now, I'm up in the air how I want to use that capital for Boston Exchange. Do I want to invest in more businesses? Do I want to invest in a space? Like we talked about stuff like that from before in terms of like what the whole mission statement of Boston Exchange and Black Wall Street should be.
Yeah.
And like, but the good thing about it is once they commit, it's at our discretion.
And so they're matching your donation up to $1 million a year.
Up to $1 million a year. I don't think I would no longer have to put $1 million a year in. They've seen my commitment. They got a big budget of like, and they also want the PR.
Of course.
They want to be like, we did this, Jalen has been doing all these whatever things. We want to stand next to him. They know what the problems have been. They know what the problems are, and they don't take a 27-year-old to call that out. They just want to stand next to the 27-year-old, 28-year-old.
Because you got the motion.
Because basketball is it's a sports town. So you know how it goes. So I'm pushing to get them to just give it to my foundation so I can still make decisions on it. But they may try to put stipulations on it where we want to do $1 million a year for the cohort only. Or something like that, where they like, we want to invest into the black businesses in Boston or something like that. But on the 24th, I go to meet with them, and pretty much it's already done. They just want me to go there to kind of like explain or whatever. But they already.
And Kim runs that for you.
Kim was always temporary.
Okay.
So we're looking for a new development exec for Boston Exchange, and also a new treasurer, everything.
Is it just Boston Exchange, or is it also going to be all the exchanges? Because you got Oakland Exchange.
It should be all of them, but it's hard to convince them to give money to every city but Boston. You know what I mean?
I ran it. It's because this is how they control us, restricted funds. Like, I got backed by the Walton family. These dudes, I'm trying to solve, right, like black empowerment, and they made my money restricted for Bentonville. I'm like, there's no black people here. So I was like, so what Keys knows is what I ended up doing was I just put all the infrastructure, right, the personnel, I paid out of that budget that was there local, and then we did shit nationwide. I was like, fine.
So you just pay salaries, and then you just did shit all over
Everywhere.
Yeah, that's
I was like, fine.
something like that. Yeah.
What they
I would
doing
need to bring some people on. I'm looking to do that, because it was good to get it going now. I need to bring some. I got some hires to make this year. I got 3 people I got to hire for 741. I want to finance that. Listening to at the time I was listening to, I forget the guy's name, but he was talking about City National, how you can get those business loans. So I'm gonna finance 741 because I've been spending my money to bring everything to life. So I'm trying.
How's that been going though?
We 741 has been doing well. 741 has been doing the best. We got the best projections. I ordered 20,000 shoes. We sold 17,000.
Dope.
And it hasn't even been a year yet. It's been 10 months.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
pretty
good.
much almost
That's
sold
good.
out everything. And I would already damn near be broken even. But the development company that I used, I overpaid because I was just the time of it. I was ready, I need to get this stuff here. They was the ones that was in front of me. So I was like, let's just, whatever it is, I want to bring my shoe to life. But they was overcharging me and under delivering. So now I got somebody else to come on for shoot 2 and shoot 3. I'm already looking at 2028, the Olympic year, because I'll be trying to play for Sudan.
What about KIY?
What's that?
The brother that Nike tried to sue because he was doing the shoe pattern, but he be killing it. He making I don't know how. many
with the
shoes he
Jordan 1
sell, but
pattern?
Only because but now he got his own patterns and shit. His shit fly, but only because he got that shoe collective. You feel me? I feel like the storyline of you doing collaborations with and not immediately, but just over time, getting into that story, doing those collaborations with some of those independent black designers that's out there, I think that'd skyrocket your shit. Because you would be deeply embedded into the sneaker community that's already spending their money.
It started off as a concept. I just wanted to show athletes that we don't have to wait around. You know how to play the game, take things into your own hands. But I was very impressed that we got 1.5 million in sales in the last 10 months.
Okay.
So we did, pretty damn good.
Yeah.
We closing in. We finished the last 3,000 or so. We be getting close to $2 million, 1.7 or something like that, which is for a business that just started. No, I didn't put no much in. I had a small team, 4 employees. We didn't put really nothing into the marketing budget. I was the marketing budget, just the games.
Should be.
So for it to just be able to and I designed everything. I'm not a design. I went to design school, and they couldn't even bring to life what it was supposed to look like. It was just the closest, because every time they come back with a design and you don't like it, they got to take more time, and it costs more money to do it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. This is good enough. The people are going to get the vision, and we're going to get it right on the next one. But I was over, the people I was using overcharging me, under delivering, and I was financing it myself. So now that I got returns, what I would love to do is go to City National or whoever else and finance it where I need $3 million over the next 3 to 5 years. Here are my sales, here are my tax returns on my company, and I'll pay the interest. Hopefully it'll give me a low interest rate. That's one of the notes I took from the Dynasty meeting. But yeah, 741 has been doing the best out of everything. I forgot I was about to say something else. We was talking about something before that.
No, I'm thinking about just how you're financing it. I need to make sure I get that meeting. I'm gonna send Trav up there with you ASAP, because I think he can help a lot with that one, especially on offsetting some of your taxes. It sounds like how you have the structure.
Yeah. Let's get that. So they can finance it, the family office?
So the family office, they're a multifamily office, but they have a group that is giving a loan against your guarantee contract.
Yes.
So I think that is a way where you can finance a lot of the stuff that you're doing, and it helps offset your taxes.
And I love the idea of multifamily office. That stood out to me. I wrote that down and circled that, multifamily. Because family office, doing it yourself,
Correct.
It's doable, but multifamily office is just one, it's more efficient because you have other families, other people that's also consolidating prices. Then there's those benefits that we were talking about. I don't have kids yet, but you talk about in the future, you got teachers, you got medical benefits, there's all these different types of, so.
But you're going to set up those trusts, just so you know, before you even have kids.
Okay.
Just because you want that. You want your equity going into those even beforehand. Because that offsets taxes in the future, because you will have kids.
What was we just talking about right before the shoes?
We were just talking about Kim and just how you were structured.
Oh, yeah. So for that meeting, what happened on the 24th is, from my understanding, it's already done. They just want me to come in there, take a picture, and restate what my vision is, and they're going to give me $1 million over the next 5 years. And that's for what my commitment to the city of Boston and everything that I've already put up. It's never been done in history. They've never seen an athlete to no capacity come into the city and put millions or multi-millions into the city and also care enough that the wealth disparity and so I feel like one is doing like what they feel like is like, you know, the most PR relatable for the governor so she can get reelected, but they also makes them look bad to know that, okay, this dude is putting up this amount and y'all not doing nothing. What have y'all done at the same time? But in terms of like salaries, I definitely am looking for a new development exec, a new treasurer, and just to kind of build that out more. But it's still growing and changing. Like the last conversations that we had was talking about Entrepreneur City, and I like that idea more than just funding but maybe I could possibly do both.
You don't have to do both. It's the same thing.
Right.
That's what
But doing it in Boston is like, why would you do it in Boston when you can go do it in another city that can will have less parameters?
Once we crack the model and the team, we can go through and do it anywhere. It's just where the budget and where we raise.
Exactly.
So you shouldn't have to do and fund all this shit.
Right.
Like that's just crazy.
That's what I've been doing.
You setting the like it just he knows how to think about some of this shit. Like, bro, what you're able to do is you're creating these case studies and these repeatable models that other folks are gonna follow. You're gonna influence through the things that you create.
Yeah.
So for me, what I was trying to tell Riz and what we were all talking about is like City of Entrepreneurs and Exchange, it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. We just needed a model on how we're actually doing it. So then when we pick another city, we go through and say, here's what we did. Are you guys going to fund it? So
we got the analytics. I got the analytics. I did the cohort. I'm invested in the business. So like you said, I'm a big proof of concept kind of guy. Because when you're trying to explain shit to people, they act like you're speaking Chinese.
Always.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so because they don't want to believe you.
And then, you know, they don't want to put their capital in. I know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to just do it and show you the impact and show you the results. And then that meeting becomes different. Now, all I need you to do is match the energy that's already been set, because it just takes away so much. And it might be harder that way, but I just found that way to be less difficult because I don't like talking to all these. Because when I first started Black Wall Street, a bunch of white people was like, what is it? What are you doing? And then like we trying to go raise money. They were like, but what is the plan? And I didn't feel comfortable sharing the plan with some people that I didn't know if they was really in on it or not. So I just, I was like, you know what? Keep your money. I'm gonna just do it, and then now you can see, and then now you can invest.
See, and I want you. I'm gonna tell you the shit that Keys tells me. So.
But now that I've done it one time, I got the proof. A lot of this 741, and I did a year, and I raised almost $2 million just off of a concept. I designed everything myself. Where I did Black Wall Street, where it came, I made the announcement, I put the vision together, XYZ. I donated all the money. I selected the cohort. I made all the people the requirements. Basically, had to be solution based companies, etc. Like, so it would be a double whammy. I'm not investing in no company if you're just doing some stupid shit. I wanted to invest in a company that was also from these areas, but also had a solution that they was kind of like bringing about. So I put that whole vision together, and I just had to find people, and people just came around that helped me. But I didn't have like a full team or nothing. I was doing a lot of stuff myself.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, small
Early
teams.
on.
Yeah, so let it grow, let it kind of turn into what it turned into. We got Boston buzzing right now.
Yeah.
Like we had over 1,000 applicants, black businesses that signed up the first time. Once I announced it again, you had people coming from all over trying to do it. Like, man,
they
I'm
driving in.
Like, so we got the analytics, and we had Roxbury Community College, it's a community college in Boston. I didn't want MIT to have the analytics. I didn't want Harvard to have the analytics. So I did Roxbury Community College.
Okay.
They got all the analytics that, in terms of like all the businesses that we've invested in, all the applicants. So I own all that data, and thankfully, Drew Holiday came in, LA kid. He came in with him and his wife, just great people, and decided to go 50-50 with me.
Okay.
Just because he was like, I'm not gonna let you do it by your. I'm not even. But he was like, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's just do it together. So I'm like, damn. So now instead of me having to pay $1 million, he came with the other 5. So I paid 500. He paid 500 for 10 businesses. We gave them each $100,000 each. We put them through programming. And as they grow, we have equity in their businesses, and it just reinvests. That's the incubator.
Yeah, yeah.
So it just goes right back. We don't make no money from it. It just goes right back into the next 10. You know what I mean? So, like, we got businesses like the one Little Cook. She's killing it.
Yeah.
We got her into the Children's Museum, and she was like, and she's gonna be a part of that meeting, because like, she said she applied for that government funding at the Children's Museum 6 times, and they denied her.
Wow.
And she became a part of my program, my cohort. And now she's got it. Now she's government funded to be in the Children's Museum.
Come on.
So that was in a year.
Yeah, yeah.
So that these are the stories that we have, and like the government, the stories start to make waves throughout the city, like what Jalen is doing and what he's done by himself. They want to be a part of it now. So I think $1 million is short. They got their budgets. They spend $50 million on supposedly stuff like this a year. And they giving me $1 million a year, but my vision may change. It's already changed since we've had conversations. So I'm gonna try to keep them from consolidating it into like just a cohort or just X, Y, and Z. So I'll have $1 million that I can be able to have some discretionable. But you know how the government is; they probably gonna try to X, Y, and Z it.
Well, you'd be surprised. You can ask them for unrestricted funds.
Yes.
Is how you want to.
I'm gonna emphasize that on the 24th.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna ask me, what do I want? They already know what I want, but they're gonna ask me just for the politics of it. What do I want? I want unrestricted funds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say it just like that.
No, that's it. Because it's a match.
No negotiation.
Well, because it's
Unrestricted funds
here's the great
to
thing.
invest in your city.
Yeah, because it's a match, so they're not going first.
No.
If they want restricted funds, well, you can put up money for restricted funds. Like,
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Unrestricted funds. But that'll happen on Wednesday on the 24th. So I'll let y'all know how that go.
well, I love that. I love that. I think, to me, I always saw in Riz and Keys what we all were talking about. Exchange and City of Entrepreneurs, it was the same. It didn't matter to us. Like, we didn't care about what entity it was. The work was the same. It was like, do we have a model that's repeatable that we could take city by city?
Yeah, we got analytics, so we can. We got data, we got programming, and we got the names that's attached. MIT, Harvard, NASA.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got so when people hear them names, they
Perk up. They know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Credibility assets.
the
that's what we call
credibility,
it.
exactly. So I've been able to build that in Boston as well. So I'm the only thing the thing that made the most sense to me is when me and Keys talked. It was like, Do you want to keep doing it in Boston? You work like you. It's like you working 3 times as hard because of how so much is set up that way.
But I don't think nothing has to be in one place. I just think it's a network versus one space. You know what I mean? Like to like we just built this platform for people to onboard like digital nations, and then those digital nations connect with each other. So the guy I told you about that kind of influenced some of that thought, Balaji, they created their digital nations and created a creator network. They bought an island. You know what I mean? This island, now they're working to get it recognized as like a sovereign state by countries and governments. And
Appreciate you,
things like
brother.
Yep.
Food was delish.
Yeah.
that. Oh yeah, I'm coming back for some
Yeah,
more
you got some
tomorrow.
Jamaican cuisine. Go back tomorrow.
No, I think that's the key. It's like if you go build a nation, we actually have all of the assets. They're just in different places and they're not connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's really about like, what does that digital nation network look like? And then that becomes physical. You feel me? And so the way they did it is they created passports. So basically you become citizen of this digital nation. Your assets are now counted inside the nation. There's a philosophy that's connected to it as well. You understand me? And where the trajectory of that nation is going. Then after they build out everything that is connected to it, you know, they have voting systems, what they want to do physically in person. They have meetups, chapters, etc. Then they push to go get it recognized by a government. You understand me? So it becomes a real nation. Now, as I'm thinking about a network nation, right, that means that it can exist globally. No, I'm straight.
I'm good.
That means it can exist globally. You understand me? And y'all can go buy land. You can create and build those alternative cities wherever you want to.
I love it. You know what? It's actually dope because now, once I get this to whatever capacity, now you can be. That's analytics as well. You can be like, we got the Boston governor
Exactly.
to commit. You know what I mean? So, nah, you're right. It doesn't have to be in one place, but I'm just thinking, I put another $2 million. Do I put another $1 million in Boston or whatever for the next?
Here's what I would love for you to do. Pledge it. So pledge to another place. So you got a model there with the governor there. We go to Westmore, right? My boy in Maryland. Hey, we're willing to pledge. You're going to get other players,
Let's do
other
it.
folks to do the exact
Let's
same
do that.
thing. And then you scale it.
Let's do it.
So like, you know what I mean?
That was the goal.
That pledge model makes sense.
Yo, the
Yes.
pledge is
You
the
take the
Walters
pledge
taught
to
me that
somebody
shit.
else. Yo, Jalen pledged already. What you gonna put up?
What you gonna
Boom.
put up? Right?
Now
Like
everybody, I want to be a part of that. We gonna have a moment where we announce it all. Everybody will pay just to come to the party.
Yeah, that was always the goal though, to have the athlete and stuff like that be able to be involved in, because that leverage puts pressure on everything. You know,
And then-
America's a sports.
But see, that's how you use the media. You use the media to create this narrative where you got Jaylen Brown is seen as the guy because he pledged his money. Now, everybody else want to be a part of that. Like, how do I get that same PR and that same look? You got all the podcasts talking about you.
Well, and
Do it again. Now they talking about the next person. Everybody, I'm calling you too. I want to get that look.
but
For
think
sure.
about it, like low
You gotta
key,
incentivize
it's a
behavior.
discount depending on how you think about it.
Unfortunately,
For real. Like, come on, I've
Unfortunately.
been doing this shit for a long time. Motherfuckers will watch you to death.
Right, but brands will put up the money because think about how much it would cost for them, and you know these numbers. Like if they wanted you to endorse their product, they gotta come with a bag.
for sure.
You're not, and frankly, you're focused on independence. So like, it's gonna cost some money and some equity, probably for you to do some shit with them. So now it's like, well, actually, guys, you guys can put your name next to mine on this thing. This is what we're doing. If you want to get next to me,
Yeah,
I pledge
partnerships.
money here. You can partner with me on this.
You
Exactly.
think Oakley come? How you fucking with Oakley? How
Yeah,
you like
they
that?
pledged $500,000 a
I
year.
like the way that the collaboration look. I ain't gonna lie.
I haven't did no endorsements since my first one, Adidas, which was, I signed that before I even played a game in NBA. So they gave me $1 million. It was a scale 1.5, about 1.5 a year for 5 years, and I signed that deal before I even played a game. But they do that because if you got a chance to, in the amount of revenue you could drive for them, it's worth. We can just give them $1 million now.
It's a test.
You know what I mean? So, and that's why they be taking it. But they don't really be giving athletes big deals like that no more. Like, they got a handful of them. They've been cutting back because they've been using, like we've been talking about, artificial metrics and fake viral moments, then bots, in order to kind of, like, substantiate the
But no,
influence. They try to fake it.
It's because they're getting your content for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all a brand has to do now, and like we were all in the business of this. That's why I said you got 450 athletes that are now posting content I can go and target that audience, and I'm gonna just pay Instagram instead of paying you guys. Where if you organize, you guys have more impressions collectively than ESPN.
Exactly.
So take the ESPN buy. I want the 5 billion
That's why I started.
as a group.
Which is why you create the community, because you gonna be able to influence the community better than the algorithm can.
Mhm.
So then they got to pay you to get to the community.
Oakley didn't give me a huge bag. They couldn't afford me, especially to do exclusivity. So everything with Oakley is non-exclusive. They gave me about $600,000 a year in base comp. They got plus another $100,000 a year for my foundation. So $100,000 a year goes to like bridge, etc., for the next 5 years. And then they did 2 partnerships with 741, my company. So I got 2 collabs coming out with them, 2027, 2028.
Who's the base comp going to?
Me,
Personally or your company?
JBEI, my company.
So you can get loans out against that too.
Okay. I can take a loan out against my own company?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a company. You can borrow against it depending on
Yeah,
how you set it up.
JBEI. I think I want to say it's the LLC.
It's probably an S corp.
Or S corp.
They probably set you up as an S corp.
Yeah. And they gave me creative control. Like I did design process, and they took out that clause in your contract that'd be like, if you say anything controversial, we'll cut your contract.
Yeah.
So I got
Well, they
them
knew
to
they
remove.
couldn't do that with you.
So I got them to remove that. So it was like, all right, that became my first endorsement.
Yeah.
And then I used that as a model. And then I took it, and then David Yerman came out of nowhere to
That was
white
dope, too.
Yeah, and they gave me the
Hold on,
same
I'm
thing.
like,
They
wait a
gave us
minute.
the
That was
creative.
surprising.
You
I
still
ain't
got
gonna
the
lie,
It was
that
surprising
cool,
to me.
though.
Look, I'm like, you still got the plug with David Irvin?
Yeah, I get like I ain't even spent it. Like I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. They get like $75,000 a
I'll
year.
help you.
We put together a blood dynasty.
Please, I'll put that in the
That's part
deck.
of the family office.
I'll
We-
put that in the deck.
We structure shit
I don't
like
even
that.
wear David
Look,
Yerman.
I was just looking at.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Nah,
seen
I
them
was-
on
I feel
like
like
a,
it's some girl. I
a
feel like
cool
Nah,
ring
I was
or
looking. I was
something.
just looking at some of the bracelets. They got some
maybe,
fly ass shit,
Maybe I need to relook.
and it's like timeless. It's like stuff that you've
It
like
is.
passed down.
So
I was
that-
just looking at the shit today. That's why I'm like,
So
you
that's
sure?
what we did. That's what I did with my grandpa. So they gave us the creative. I had creative control.
That's amazing.
Andrea, who y'all talked to, she wrote up the creative.
Okay.
And was like, instead of like, you know how we passed down generational wealth, it was like I passed it up to my grandpa. So he was in the commercial. He was in the campaign.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
And they co-signed it all. They gave $100,000 again for the next. I said it was a 2-year deal.
Passed it
$100,000 to my
Yeah,
my
that's
foundation.
cool. That's
But,
actually really good.
I told my team just now because I just had a meeting with some. Is my agent lives out here in LA, so I told him like, for the next however many years, for the rest of my contract, in terms of marketing, there's 4 things I want to work around, but I can make any deal work if it's personally for me. If they don't limit my voice, they donate to my foundation, creative control, and keep the deliverables down, so I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off. You give me the creative, you can give me freaking microphones, and I'll tell a dope story with it.
Yeah.
Who's your agent? Is it Aronde?
No, Aronde's with M88, which M88 just closed. I don't know if
Yeah.
you heard that.
Yeah, I did see that.
I didn't know they.
Okay,
so-
I know they
Shut down.
Because I didn't know,
downsized.
because
But
I've
they
known
bullshit.
Aronde
They don't be really
since
doing
Idris
much.
days.
Yeah.
I used to have them sponsoring Tide when I was running Tide, and
So
he
they-
brought
oh,
your
they
name
closed?
up.
Phil's son, the founder, left, like bounced. I don't know where he was. Like if he got a better
They
opportunity,
told me they downsized. They ain't said they closed.
they downsized. I thought they.
Well, I know
I
they
thought
had
it shut
fired
down.
some
I thought it
people
shut down.
because bro that was doing the book, what was his name? He got fired, so now I had to go through Stephanie for the book deal if I wanted to go through them.
Who?
At M88, what's the light skinned dude? He was at the last meeting we was at. I
Oh
forget
yeah,
his
yeah,
name.
yeah. Him and Harrison both gone.
Yeah.
Both him and the Asian guy, they both text me like
I thought it
they
went.
no
I
longer
thought it
there.
went under.
I think it went under.
Makes sense because they don't. Be
I mean,
doing
everybody's shit is fucking up. Spring
for
Hill,
real.
Spring Hill
I
shit
be
is
tired of
done
it.
with LeBron, like all this stuff.
Spring Hill, yeah.
But it's bad valuations. That's why I'm like, when you're talking about like buying, and you know I'm a fan of buying some shit. Y'all know, listen, it's easier way. This stuff is terrible right now.
shit. Yeah.
Like Uncle Nearest, that sister shit is going out. She's about to go bankrupt.
Well,
It's just so much stuff is distressed. To me, it's like build the foundation, and then you could acquire bolt-ons for paper. I wouldn't give these people cash. I'm buy your shit for paper. Like, I give you some equity in the company, but like buying it and giving somebody good money, you don't need to do that right now.
No, I definitely storytelling is. how important that is. We've talked about it historically, how important that has been. I just came back from Rome, where I was in some of the places, in some of the, what do they call them, the old churches, and they call it the Pantheon, the House of the Gods.
Yeah.
But
You're in the Vatican and stuff.
the Vatican as well. I was there too, which is crazy, which is cap, because you know what's crazy about the Romans is that they was pagan before, and they're the ones that persecuted Jesus.
Yeah.
And then they created 400 years later they created the Vatican, and then marketed Jesus and talking about how Christianity was an extension of the Roman Empire. The reason why Christianity was something for was underground.
It was an underground movement of
like
love for
people
poor
were getting killed because it was outlawed
Yeah.
That's why we put the fish in the sand.
in Europe.
But
We
they
drew
had
the
to
fish where it
Christianize everything because it was palatable for the people that were pagans.
It was growing though,
Oh.
because like the more people you killed, the more people's belief and faith
Yep.
strengthened.
Yep.
So they realized that they couldn't eliminate all the foundation that Jesus had created. So what they wanted, you know what they did? They just retold the story.
Pull it in.
Yeah. Constantine, go look at back what Constantine, his whole, if you go back and read what they wrote about Constantine, where he saw the depiction of the cross in the sky, get the hell out of here. It sound like cap.
No,
Nigga just make up some shit.
But
walked
no,
outside,
but this is what
and I
everyone
saw
does,
the
though.
depiction.
Yeah, and then they sell us their narratives.
You cosplay, right?
I mean, it's like Greek history.
Man,
Greek
This
history
is
not
this
even
is why the
history.
KKK uses Christianity. This is why
Yeah.
white supremacy uses
National
it, because
Christianism
Christianity
was a
was
Christian
was
nationalism.
so effective
It was,
that they were like, okay. So that's why I
Let's
always tell
use it.
people, it's like
Let's-
you don't have problems with the religion, you have problems with the application of it by devils.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, it's not
was a-
Christianity. I'm like, what you're seeing with Charlie Kirk
it was
ain't
a
Christianity.
It was a tactic.
Well, yeah, and you don't have a problem with Jesus. It's the Christians, which is also a separate thing.
100%.
And they not even Christians.
'Cause
You have,
Jesus
you
didn't
have,
even
you
call-
have
yeah,
problems
the-
with what we call false prophets.
Yeah, like,
Jesus didn't even call himself a Christian.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's their set.
That came 400 years later.
That's why niggas don't be quoting Jesus. They don't quote Jesus.
No,
They
bro.
don't. They quote
Jesus
the Bible.
be revolutionary. His quotes go hit too hard.
He was
they
an
quote
activist.
Paul, but they won't quote Jesus.
Listen, you can't be a capitalist and then say you're trying to move in Christ-like
You know,
fashion.
what'd be
It doesn't
crazy-
even make sense.
You know what messed me up when I was in Rome? Julius Caesar was about 100 years before Jesus. We know that, but the thought of that, like,
You don't think of it in that
you don't
way.
think of like Julius
Yeah.
Caesar was 100 years before
because they
Jesus.
rewrote his story to
Right.
seem like he was following the.
Yeah, like
Right.
Like it came.
But
Jesus.
anybody before that, none of them niggas was following Jesus.
Come on, bro.
That's why when you watch what they
And
were doing,
even
look
if
at the
he-
statues. You
Even
can
if he
tell.
would have came after, it still would have had to been farther after for him to pick up a movement of Christianity, because the Bible hadn't even been written yet.
Listen, man, when you see what these folks are doing and how they're looking at ruling and just this thirst for power and this
Like,
like
cold with
lack
it,
of
man.
desire, you would realize like the
Marketing.
most socialist figure that you could think of in history would be Jesus.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they're
He was-
anti-socialist. Like,
Right.
like
He
it
was-
doesn't even actually
Come
make
on.
sense.
What are we talking
Anti-empire
about?
in every statement that he
Bro,
made.
it's how America was founded, even off of that. Like we talk about activism. What you think the fucking the Tea Act, the Boston Tea Party, and all that was? That was activism.
Fucking revolution.
Dude, they dressed up. It was revolution.
But what's messed up is that black people forgot our roots of revolution, right? So like, there's a
about to
book called
remind
The
him
First
about
Black
that.
Millionaires, and in
Oh, you
that,
told me about that.
they had the first like black capitalists. But all the first, like, even some when they say like a lot of black people own slaves, a lot of them were buying slaves to get their freedom, and it cost more to sell the slave or like get their freedom papers so they would keep them under as an
Man,
asset.
one thing that bothered me so much is when white people be like, they try to like, they hate the part about the white guilt, and they try to throw it back on us. Like y'all, everybody has slaves. It
But
was
that's why you gotta
y'all
have the
gave
media to tell
slavery
the story.
a new name to the definition.
Chattel.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
that was
y'all was,
slavery.
you
nigga.
can't even call
That
what y'all was doing slavery.
demonic
Chat-
demons.
chattel
y'all-
slavery
come
is
on,
not
bro.
the same.
Niggas was not eating people.
Y'all was
Y'all
doing some
niggas turned them
different shit.
niggas into purses.
But no, everybody had slaves. You had slaves in Africa and the Egyptians and the you might can say that indentured servants to some degree, or you might can say it was X, Y, and Z. But y'all rewrote the definition of slavery.
Listen,
And it became, you had slavery to the point where you didn't even need it. You understand me? Like it would be one household. It's this famous scene in
You were
Goodbye,
born
Uncle Tom.
into slavery and
Where
bred.
the niggas
Chattel
is
slavery
sitting
did
there-
not exist anywhere.
Look, the niggas is sitting there at the
It's a
table.
uniquely American thing.
And they're sitting with a bunch of aristocrats from like England, and he's doing like a pseudo documentary. The way it's shot, it's the most glorious shit ever. But he's sitting there and they're serving. And they got like 20 servants. He got one servant to manage the other servant that manages the next. And he's like, "Why do you have so many people?" He like, at this point, like, you don't even need them. You have slaves just to have other slaves. They have to manage other slaves. Then there's a scene where he takes a piece of chicken and he puts it under the table, and there's a little boy under there eating. Then they go into the back house, and you see one slave yelling at another, and it's just like this chaotic system where it's just like, this has nothing to do with necessity or even productivity. It's like, this is just obsessed greed and gluttony at this point.
Yeah.
And it was just showing, like, it got banned in the U.S., of course. So this is like in the 60s, 70s. But it was just showing like American slavery had nothing to do with productivity at all.
I think the problem that I have with slavery in general, with how white people are even talking about it, is I don't need to go back to slavery to point to how evil you are.
No,
Like, I don't have to go that far back.
I'd rather start
like
at
there's so much more recent examples.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you could try to, all right, let's try to kill the argument on slavery. Okay, let's go with that. Other people had slaves? Sure. Let's go along with that. Then what happened with all the Tulsa massacres and y'all just burning down black wealth and prosperity?
Yeah.
What do we talk about with some of the systems that you guys, redlining, gerrymandering, how you guys have created a system of control? Let's talk about the school to prison pipeline and how intentional that was.
We'll
Let's talk about what you're doing within food.
Yeah, let's talk
Let's
about
talk
big
about what you're
pharma,
doing
nigga.
in with medicine. Like I don't actually
Straight
have to
up.
go to slavery to point to you that this desire and hatred and thirst for power
The last 100
is
years
in your
is enough.
DNA. It doesn't. I don't have to go back that far.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk about it today.
But then also you get caught up in the white part and not the Jewish part, so you miss so much of history. Because it's like, y'all not even the masterminds. They're the masterminds, but they look exactly like y'all, so we didn't realize it was happening.
Listen again, that's getting into Ashkenazi Jews, so then again, I'm looking at white
Look
supremacy.
fucking
You call it all kinds of
NAACP
stuff.
is a white
I just see white
supremacy
people.
organization, just the fact that it's controlled by Zionists. Black America is infiltrated with parasites.
If Benjamin Netanyahu, this man changed his name, so what? Like,
That nigga's a Polish white man.
so again, we talk about Semitic people, but we have folks that are not from Semitic regions that have hijacked
The term.
Judaism
Yeah.
and the term. This is just, the whole shit is crazy. Like, again,
It's insane, bro.
Now
It's exhausting.
It's
really
illegal. Yeah,
exhausting,
it's
bro.
illegal to
It's
even say it
exhausting.
out loud.
It's
no,
exhausting,
so that's
bro.
why I'm just like,
They didn't try to cancel me 2-3 times.
the thing that got me though, again, and I'm gonna flip it to
I
more
ain't
of a
even supposed to
positive.
exist.
Nah, but let's flip it into a positive though. Let's give him credit for masterful storytelling.
100%. That's exactly
So like,
what
what
it
the
is.
fuck? Like, that's, to me, I'm like,
This ain't
okay.
gonna go nowhere.
Nah, hell no. This ain't. Yeah. I was like,
It's
trust
too
me,
raw
that-
for TV.
hell no.
I'm over here like this.
Don't worry, that shit ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, what? Who? Damn. Y'all crazy, bro. Anyway.
Let me stop.
Hey. Yeah, don't worry about that. That
Chill.
part.
I'm
that ain't
nowhere.
going
Chill,
nowhere.
bro.
You still got to be a spook.
Y'all can
Listen,
get me started.
that ain't even in the cloud. Don't worry. That
Yeah,
shit.
that ain't even.
Cool.
Keenan wouldn't have it.
Hell no. You already
Yeah,
know,
so-
B.
No one's gonna have it because I'm with the league.
Keys those, man. I say all kind of shit right here. I don't
Yeah.
say nothing. But no, it's just like, again, the strategy. So I'm like, so what do we do? If we know we want to see more black families, then we need stories of black families.
Yeah, it ain't
If we
Storytelling.
want to see,
That's
more
all it is,
entrepreneurs,
marketing,
let's
storytelling.
celebrate how smart people are, how dope we are, how amazing we are as
Yeah.
fathers, as
Yeah.
husbands. Let's change the image of beauty. Why are we looking at white women talk about beauty and they want to look like sisters? This shit is crazy.
Bro, I want to try.
Like, it's just so much shit where I'm like, let's just tell the story and we know we can make it cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We've been
Yeah.
making they shit cool.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm done with that.
Man, they don't even
That's
have
a wrap.
cool. We the only niggas that got cool.
No, but they tricking us where we've been
I
selling their
know.
cool.
I know.
They built their companies off of our cool,
Bruh.
and then tell us if we cool or not.
Yeah, like what
Well, no,
the
they
fuck?
create a.
Like what's the one white dude that be having Jay-Z
Michael
on the
Rubin.
string? Right, Michael.
Oh, I saw your
Nate.
boy. I saw your boy at his booth. Your teammate Tatum.
Oh yeah, because he's already.
Yeah, he looked
Yeah.
compromised.
He's super.
And that's
I
my
know his
son Louis
teammate.
brother, man. Too
Jay,
bad.
he's so intimidated by who I am. He don't even care.
I'm
Like
sure.
he just, yeah, you know what I mean? Like he,
Yeah, you got that.
I could be
shit,
telling him
that-
something that make the absolute most sense because there's so much envy in here. He can't even hear it.
No.
He won't even listen to it. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you something that's gonna help people in St. Louis.
Yeah,
He can't even hear it because it's me.
yeah, I understand.
It's
I
crazy.
understand.
Ain't nothing you can do with that. Look, you
No,
just gotta
like,
show.
I'm like-
you just gotta show
And
folks.
then back, cause St. Louis needed. But
When me winning the MVP did it for him.
Man, when he got hurt.
And then got hurt. It's only gonna block his blessings. Like you gotta let that shit go, bro.
But
Like
you
it's
can't,
over with.
though, because you represent something that he could never become. So no
Authenticity.
matter what,
Let that shit go, bro.
like even if he wins an MVP or something, the standing next to you, he never gets that. You never become. First of all, you dark skinned, he's light skinned. You conscious, he's not conscious. You understand me? Like you could play, he could play. It's just comparatively, people hate what they can never become.
Well,
Mm.
he's
Hate you
it's,
for
it's,
being it.
there's an envy, at least when you look at it from the outside in. Again,
He
I
can't
don't
even
know,
look me in the eye right now.
because you get to represent this like authentic self.
Yeah.
Right. You come with your whole self all the
People
time.
hate it, man.
You stand on your principles, your values, how you play, how you move, what you're doing with your family, the whole thing. It is what it is. It's just you. You're not trying to do some shit.
Mhm.
When I watch him, it looks like he's trying to be something.
Trying to be the
Yeah.
man.
So
like,
when
trying
you
to be
keep
Kobe
doing
or
that,
something, like,
you
come on,
can't
just-
possibly. So he doesn't even know who he is anymore.
No.
So of course you're gonna be.
That's why he got braids and shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Damn, he
come
got
on.
braids.
He got braids now.
Just
He
bro,
wants to
just
curl.
and I've tried
Well,
to.
you know where he's from is St. Louis. That's the county.
It is.
I didn't know
So like the county is different though than St. Louis. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like
crazy.
because we know some of the same people from high school and shit. But
Uh-huh.
it's you're not a really getting connected to the streets, the roots. Like we always call them county brownies. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas who was like a little outside of St. Louis.
Nah, for sure. Nah,
So
but-
so even though St. Louis is like the worst place in America, he was in the safe side, so he didn't even get connected to that.
I've told bro just so he could hear me
Which
say
is
it.
great because you know.
So hopefully that would help alleviate whatever was festering. Like, bro, I believe in you. Like,
It won't be enough.
if anybody could do it, you could do it, bro. Like, don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. Or like, go be great. I want you to be the best motherfucker to ever touch the planet. If that, I've said these things because I'm not. It don't affect me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a problem saying that, and I mean it.
Yeah, but
And
you,
he just
you rooted in consciousness, man. It's
he don't even
different,
want to.
bro.
Can't hear it. He hear it until I start scoring 30, and then it's like, all right, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you eating up in my shine now.
Yeah, you know,
I'm
but
like,
it's
You
bro.
can't turn your light off, so
it's
you
probably
gotta deal
somebody
with
in
that.
his ear though too, and
Oh,
and
for
all
sure.
kind of
His
shit.
family
you know,
is-
like, yeah.
Nah, even moms, even his moms be like, I always treat people with respect, always have. Like, I ain't never said nothing to his people, his fans. His moms would be looking at me like, giving me the crazy look. Like, how
Like, you
I
just
would check
supposed
my
to let
mom for
them-
doing something like that.
It's I feel like for them they
it's
probably
like-
feel like you supposed to let him shine.
Yeah,
Y'all,
like-
but y'all only helping each other. That's
Right.
what's so
It's
crazy.
enough.
Well, yeah, from
Like-
the outside,
like, y'all got the
the
same
world
goal.
It's
wants
enough.
to see y'all like brothers.
But he doesn't like when it's like me and him are on the same level.
Nah.
He want to be the man.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck. Like, he want to be that
You want
guy.
to be Steph Curry while you
Draymond Green.
Draymond, yeah.
He think
Yeah.
I'm not Draymond Green though.
Yeah.
So he want the world to think
Wow.
that.
Yeah, no, I see that.
Nah,
I
like,
see-
bro, like,
but
so
we
they'll
would-
stop passing me the ball,
from
all
the-
type of
from
stuff.
the
What's so
outside,
funny is
we
he
rather
gets
see
so
y'all
much,
as brothers.
and he gets so much media.
But I let it go.
and it's
listen,
hilarious.
I've always felt it, the resentment, and he'll freaking not pass me, and I let it go because I'm like, I'm not even tripping, bro. And God, I'm thankful because God, we won. He was like, not only am I gonna give you one MVP, I'm gonna give you two. And if we would have won the list, and if we would have won, if we would have beat the Warriors, I would have won MVP then
He
too.
would have left the team.
What? He might have left
When
the
we
league.
played the Warriors, we was up 2-1.
He would have fought you.
We was up 2-1 on the Warriors.
Why you swing on Jalen?
We was up 2-1 on the Warriors. We had them. And then somebody said something, and JT started going
Speaking of
crazy, bro.
For a dynasty, I'd love to do a box for one of your games and
No
bring
problem.
the dynasty members.
No
If
problem.
we pick one of those games, with you know,
We could do that.
because we're doing the calendar. That's the thing too. So you'll get the calendar events. We got a pretty dope Art Basel. You probably won't be able to make that, of course. But
Maybe because
When
we
the
got
season start?
the in-season tournament. I mean, it technically started next week, but the first game is the 22nd, October. We got like preseason and whatnot.
Well, you'll have the calendar. You know, obviously, whatever you can.
No,
do,
yeah,
you know
keep
how
me
it is.
updated. Just put. I want to see. Let me see the media. I want to put it on paper. Let's see like what's the ask, who's all invested, and stuff like that. What's the breakdown, the parent company? You said you got the name already. 21.
I'll show the tax setup.
Yeah, let me just take a look at everything.
Yeah,
but I
I'll
love the concept. That's what I wanted, and that's better for me because I don't gotta do as much work. Because I was gonna do it myself.
That's
Well, you got to do the work for your IP still.
For my
'cause
own,
you're-
yeah.
you
And
know
I
what I
can do
mean.
that.
But like,
that's
yeah.
that's more doable.
Yeah,
Than trying to like build a company that's sourcing
100%.
all the different stories. Because I was gonna stick to like futurism.
Yeah, I fucks with the future.
That's what I just wanted
But
to.
I feel like your
already got that
timeline will
factory
always be
uncovered.
you'll never be able to do as much. You know what I mean? Because like even when you say media company in 5, like, but the world gonna be something different.
In
We
5
need that
years,
shit
yeah.
right now. That's why I tweeted the other day. Whatever your 5-year plan, make it in 1. Whatever your 10-year plan, make it in 5.
Speaking of, who should I have Travis coordinate with for your schedule? You got an EA?
Andrea.
Andrea, the
Andrea.
same woman from.
Same
okay.
one, yeah.
All right,
She
I'll
does operations for everything for JBEI.
I'll
So-
introduce them.
So she does a little bit of everything. Foundation, 741, Happy, a little bit of everything.
So what's up with Happy, man? I've been trying to get in the game with Happy.
Happy not doing that well right now, bro.
I know. I got some stock. I know.
Happy not. But I think
Look, I was up like 300%. I look like 75%.
it was up for it did good for a little bit. But I just think it's
I'm
just
about to tell the world.
I think volume 2, like we're launching the neckband in December.
Yeah.
The volume 2, and we got some other products that are coming, like a blanket, recovery blanket. But we have another neckband. We didn't get to do a launch for the first one because we acquired it. It was already out. But now we get to premiere this new device that I have.
bought it? You bought the company?
We acquired it.
Okay.
Me and Riz.
You and
did.
Riz, yeah.
So we have majority of the.
I like Riz, man.
We have majority
Riz
of the
cool.
percentage.
See, I wanna have it to where when we do
I want the technology though, so that's the thing.
But I want to do it at the events, like. So it's hard for people to fucking focus, and I feel like the best thing with those bands, beyond like the sleep stuff, is like you putting the headbands on the people or the neck bands on people, and seeing if that increases their focus the whole time while they're there.
For sure.
You understand me? Especially like me and y'all keep doing the wellness events.
Yes.
You guys are doing out here. I can see 100 people with those bands then getting that testimony on how it affected
sure.
them during the event. So you're doing these cognitive tests.
I think for volume 2, that's all gonna be possible because we'll be able to do a big launch, a big splash. But we're all sold out of the volume 1 neckbands. They're all gone. They're not coming
Somebody
back.
stole mine, man.
Huh?
Somebody stole mine.
I still got mine. That shit works though, honestly.
For sure. So it's so much that it can do, and the technology is what I was like this is what I believe in, the technology.
Yeah.
Like the frequency technology and the company, and that's what I really I want to send some guys out to go visit the company, Emulate. So Happy doesn't source the technology. The company Emulate does. Emulate is the
That's the one in
scientists.
They're in Poland.
No, it's in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Where they at?
They're in like Wyoming or some shit like that.
Okay.
So I would love to go send brothers out to go check out Emulate because I think they're in a tough position as well. They're about to go under. They offer Riz and me to buy Emulate. I want the technology. Riz he's playing like he wants them to go under so you get it for nothing.
1,000%.
But then other people can bid on it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it doesn't
and I don't
matter.
want to lose it.
Right.
I'd rather just buy this or put together a group and buy it.
Yeah.
But the technology, they were telling me, and I want to go see it, and this is what will confirm it, because they were telling me that what we have in Happy is just like the Apple iPhone 1 compared to the 15 that they can do.
Well, set that shit up. I'll go for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, for
I-
real,
that's what I wanna-
that's
yeah.
I like
so
Riz though.
when we
I
do
would-
the,
I'd let him go under.
That's what Riz wants to do.
But I mean, you can make them a very low ball offer, and see if they'll take it before they start the bankruptcy process.
For sure.
Like just something that you be like, I give you $250,000. I don't know whatever. I don't know what it is, but like
I think it was like $1 million or $2 million
offer them
for the whole company
offer
For
them
the whole
250,000 and
company?
some shares,
or something like
and
that.
see if they take it.
And all the technology that come with it.
Yeah, I mean,
So I want
Yeah,
to see.
shit,
I want to
what-
see it first. I don't want to.
what's
I
the
wanna
fun?
check it out because I mean I feel like you can make that back if the technology works.
100%.
1,000%.
And you can do other products. You can do so much with it.
Shit, I could do
in
that
the
in
future.
goddamn crown sales.
Yeah,
I
you
put
could
them
just
in
license.
every
I was
hat.
about to say, you just
Yeah, I'm
license it
selling
out.
those.
For sure.
I sell the hats for like
So
$100.
that is the next play. So when I get back on the phone with Riz, I want to send some guys out to go check it out because the season's about to start. I won't be able to go myself because of just
You
scheduling.
got to use your assets, man.
But yeah, I want to go see because if the technology, if one of y'all go and be like, yo, this technology is for
Yeah,
real,
If it's solid,
and they do a dope demonstration,
I go with like Yaki or something. We film it.
and if it's right, then I'm like, let's
Take
acquire.
X out there.
let's
too.
acquire the company.
Take somebody like that.
Yeah, but
What's the deal with the fund? So Riz was telling me with Eric, you guys are doing an impact fund.
I'm not
this
completely
happening?
sure. I talked to Eric because we were just in Rome, so they wanted to do an impact fund in Oakland,
Okay.
but that's what Eric was saying, and I was like, he asked me how did I feel about doing it in Oakland, and I was like, I don't know Oakland as well, and I know it needs something a little bit different than what Boston would need, but overall that was what the mission was in order to like same thing in Boston, invest in the talent in Oakland, giving them opportunity to grow. And also in Oakland, you can also go buy buildings and stuff like that because the cost of living, the cost is not the same.
Yeah.
So he was working on that in the
Okay.
Oakland part, but Eric was also talking about being a part. He wanted to be a part of the Boston part because it's scalable. If you're a part of that, then you can go and it'd be easier to go. Now that we have what we got consolidated in Boston, you can take that to Oakland and make like we just were talking about, make the
Okay.
same type of what do you call it, pledge
Yeah.
in Oakland or some degree. So he was actually saying some of the same stuff we was talking about like right now.
Okay.
Like if Boston was the first place you wanted to do, let's do it. Let's do something pivotal there because I haven't raised any money in Boston. I've only came from me. Now when I secure this from the government, that'll be the first funds that came outside of that. But he was like, let's raise some money in Boston because that's where you got the proof of concept, and then we can go and do the pledge in Oakland. But I didn't tell him that I had on the 24th that I had this other money coming in.
Would other players invest with you?
I think so. Yes, I think so. If you put it together and make them have the fear of missing out, other players will invest. I'm certain of it. If you tell them what we're doing and you keep talking about it, and you say, like, you show them a proof of concept, and you like Jaylen Brown did this, you will get money from players.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is when I listen to you, like what you're working on, it's the same as what Keys is working on, same as what I'm working on. We have the story, and collectively we have all the use cases. Like what you've done with Boston Exchange, I've been running my nonprofit same way. We got tons of results in case studies, tons of accelerators, curriculum. We've built curriculum for stuff. Boston Consulting Group, when I talk
For
with
sure.
Riz, I'm their advisor. USC, I've been a professor at USC since 2014. Like, we have all this stuff. Companies, we've been buying companies, we've been selling companies, we've been building communities. Like, this is just, it's just a dope platform. So I'll put this, I'll finish it and put it on paper for us. I would just love for us to all go in there and like, just knock it out. Create wins, but I think we got to get loud. Like, when you have a win, people should know about it. Like, because that's been my problem. I'm like doing this stuff, and Keys gets on me. He's like, you don't post it. You don't share none of it.
I agree.
And it's like, it's to my detriment because it's like I want the emphasis on the work, but at the same time, it's like, well, people don't know about the work unless they hear about it. Like,
For sure, no, I'm down. I'm open to it. I'm open to collaborating. I'm open to consolidating. I'm not set in stone and doing it a certain way. I just had a vision, and I just did whatever I could to get it off the ground. But I don't think that's what it's going to be over the next 10 years. It's going to change. So as I meet people and I see different proposals and stuff that make sense, then you make adjustments and change, or you collaborate, or whatever the case may be. But I'm 100% open to that. I know it's a bunch of people that's been doing stuff that's similar, but the only thing that brings the difference is the sacrament of sports, because America is like, it's a
Obsessed.
sports Yeah, they're
Yeah.
obsessed. So when you bring notable people and you put that spotlight on it, now you can get those results. The people that want to be a part of it, the investors, everything starts to shift. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to see it now. Just me being a part of a city, and they don't even really, you know what I mean. And it's the most racist city in the U.S. About on paper.
Is that what Kyrie, like, I know you put us on the thread with
Kyrie, yeah.
Is that what you guys talk about? He wants to do the same thing?
No, so me and Kyrie talked about doing an agency
You want to do the agency for...
to represent all of our talent. We got to get these Jewish motherfuckers out of here. Because they represent all of our best talent.
Wait.
Nigga looked at the mic.
No, I just want to make sure I understand. You want your own clutch.
Yeah, but I was gonna do. It was in my plans. I had all of this stuff that written down in my plan.
Yeah.
Production company, agency, shoe brand. I was all like, I've been just going through the markers. It take time and it take funding for all of this stuff. So I've been trying to like plan it out on my own. But then, Drew Holiday, he helped me with Boston Exchange. 741, I'm about to finance. But Kyrie, I called him up like about a month ago, and he was like, let's bring together his service is called his Kai 11, whatever, his agency with his mom.
Yep.
He was like, if you want to do it, like we can partner it 50-50 or whatever, and let's do an agency full scale. Not like some black shit where it's like it's still struggling to get there. Let's go out, we can raise some money, and we represent all of our talent. And you talk about basketball, what kid are we not gonna get? We go into any black household.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a
everybody
wrap.
going.
It's a wrap.
We go into any black household. Me and Kyrie Irving are gonna be able to. The
So-
parents are gonna trust us. Where they going before they about to
So
trust.
you want to be the agents, not just like the business manager or the talent management. You want to do like contract negotiations, all that stuff.
Yeah, but
I feel that.
I'm not doing it because I don't think CBA rules they allow
No,
players to be an agent just like LeBron. But
Yeah.
like me and Kyrie, our companies, we can do that where his company come together with my company, and we could,
Because like, does LeBron, is he part owner in Clutch?
not on paper, but I'm sure he has a back end deal with
Okay.
Rich Paul. But he can't be on paper on Clutch because it's against CBA rules for
So
a
you
player.
couldn't be on paper on it. You'd
I
have
couldn't
to,
be on paper. I would have a company that I would have my people or whoever on that's helping me run
Yep.
the side of the business. He would have his people that's running his side, but we both collaboratively in one joint figure, and we split everything down the middle. Or he has his agents, I have my agents, but we work as a joint. So we just go throughout and try to get the best athletes, the best. I would like it. He wanted to do talent as well, like in terms of artists or streamers and stuff like that. And you start signing them to.
I think that'll go hard as a motherfucker.
So and he's serious about it. Like he'll put his capital in, and I'll put my capital. But it'll be dope if I didn't have to put no capital in.
I don't
If
think
I
Well, I
could-
think just the name
just
itself, I
and
think
the
you're
name
gonna
is-
attract everybody wanting to be a part
because you're
of
gonna
it.
get money. All these, what's dope about these ideas, bro, that you're talking about, they all make money, and like your influence makes sure that there's deal flow. So then it's just talent. Like you're not really
Right.
floating a lot. Like that's the kind of. See, those are good deals for dynasty members because the capital's not crazy long. Like they can't put up $20 million on some shit. But like everybody in the group can throw in $150,000 on something to float 6 months of cash flow. For you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we can
like,
go get people that.
yeah,
we
like
got
it's
the
not.
names
You're
on
not
there.
talking about stuff that's crazy.
Right.
Nah,
you
let's
go
do-
get people within the circle. Look, we got Jalen, we got Kyrie a part of it. Do you want to be a part of this circle? Niggas
Well,
putting
shit,
that money in.
they own contracts. Keys is money.
Well,
That's how. So my boy, he owns
Especially
Paradigm.
especially for a
He owns
production
Paradigm
Kyrie's
Sports. for years.
ready as of like yesterday.
yeah.
He's
So-
ready.
Like y'all need it's green lighting documentaries and shit. Get Kendrick involved. You get
Look,
them names.
I'm gonna give
Y'all
you
put out the blackest, dopest, flyest, futuristic shit.
and
Let's
J
do it.
Cole. J Cole shit with Dreamville.
Yeah.
He's sitting dormant. His creative director, they want me to take his agency, but it's like, bruh, Conor McGregor did this shit perfectly.
Just
so to
bring
me,
it together. Right? We just
yeah,
need
it
to bring
sounds
everybody
like the
together.
blueprint. Like,
Bring Kyrie, J. Cole, everybody, bring everybody together. We good. And let's rock and let's move.
Cause this shit is like an army, and I feel like I know everybody is seeing things the same way, and I just know that whatever your fear is right now don't really matter, because the white boys gonna run they play regardless.
Man.
They gonna come after you regardless. They gonna do they want to. The only question is, do you want to play defense or offense?
Jalen,
You know what I mean?
tell me this, bro, because look, Keys knows I can put a deck together tonight. That ain't like
Let's do it.
I got all this shit, but it's really about how do you want to receive stuff? Because it's like there's the narrative, there's the operations, and then there's the financing, like the deal.
Mhm.
You need all three. Where's the emphasis? Because I don't want to send you 10 slides if you're not gonna go through 10
The
slides.
narrative you said, the finances,
And the operations.
and the operations. I probably. I don't think I need the narrative.
Yeah, where the bottleneck could probably be operations.
Operations, and I got a few that I've already acquired, but I'll probably need some more operate because I don't want it to be like some struggle type. I want it to be fully functioning, A to Z, not like some like like with the black businesses like it's a black business, so I mean we got to give it some grace.
You want Rock Nation.
Yeah.
You want it ready to go. This is
Yeah.
what we already
We can
all
attract
talking.
the best
We all
talent in
talking
the
about the
world,
same
though.
shit. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like, it's okay.
Well, good thing everybody done got fired from their jobs, so they need.
Hey, people got fired from their job, but it's also
they
like
talented as fuck though.
the money is so close though. So now that's why I'm like, this shit is easier to assemble now. It's just
Yeah.
organizing it because the revenue is there.
Mhm.
Like when you gotta
I need all
fund some
three
shit
there.
for 2-3 years, fuck that, man. That's too much.
Niggas, you telling me niggas, you got Kyrie, you got you got Marcel, you got Kendrick, you got Cole, you got whoever else can't do something bigger than Zeus Network. And how much that shit worth right now? $1 billion?
We gotta do something big.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Man.
any documentary, movie, podcast that's come from that shit, the whole culture is on. Just hearing that, people is buying in instantly.
All right.
On the community side, niggas,
Yeah, I
niggas
can
can't
use
ever do shit.
all three,
Yeah.
but let's put it.
Yeah, I'd rather put all of it together as one thing because I think it's the same team.
Well,
Let's do it.
Like we get a couple of really smart people, we rock it. What you need?
Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Let's
huh?
yeah, Kyrie,
No,
He
it's,
called
it's
me.
Like,
No, Zeus is more than
it's
that.
like a yeah.
and he was adamant about it because I had mentioned it to him before. Like, why don't we do an agency? Because that was already something that was also in my
Mhm.
that was
Control
in
the
my
talent.
plan. Like in turn, we gotta the people that control is these people control too much, and it's the advisors. They control too much of the capital of our black talent.
Right.
It's fucking crazy.
Way too
Unnecessarily.
much. That's a problem. It's a big problem.
Yeah.
Nah, look, I built and sold the agency, so I'm fully aware. And then I messed up because I was supposed to go in on Paradigm, and Conor McGregor came in and partnered with it, and they ran a flip on that one. It's my boy who built that.
And sold it.
No, they created. So basically, he took his UFC contracts because he didn't have the CBA problems that you have. So he's now 50% owner of his own agent and his own agency.
Mm.
So when they did the Conor McGregor versus Mayweather fight, which I did all the marketing for, that put him $100 million up. Then they took that and they did the Proper 12 deal. So he owns
That was a
his,
drink.
Yeah, the alcohol. So he's not only 50% of his agency, he's also getting 90% of his talent deals because he's doing it in his favor,
In his favor. Yeah.
killing it.
Yeah.
That's how he ran it up so fast.
Mm.
So it's, I overstand. Okay. Well, I will assemble the deck, fellas.
Let's get it.
That's easy.
For sure.
What else y'all got? You out of here? What you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Oakley. It's a famous Oakley house here.
Oh,
I don't
That's
know.
on for sale?
Yeah. So they
really?
Yeah.
it's like the futuristic.
Up
It's
in the
like
hills?
crazy.
Yeah, was that? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know if y'all seen it online, but they opening it up, doing a tour for me and shooting some content or whatever.
Cool.
Y'all can pull up if y'all want to. I ain't doing nothing.
Pull up. Are they got the AI glasses and shit?
I'm not sure if they got all this stuff in there because the owner of Oakley gave it to his son, and he just opened it up for me. So I always wanted to see it because it looked like some shit from.
Yeah.
That's the art.
It's like I don't know. It's
He's like, yes.
You know, anything futuristic.
yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
You say futuristic, you might as well say keys.
Look, I like it. I like it.
Let's do it if you want.
I'm gonna put this deck together. I'll get with Andrew. We'll get old boy up there.
Yeah, I would
I might
love
even
that.
I might even pop up there with him. Just
I'm also.
if it helps. I honor what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said
Nah,
after
please,
before.
please. I would love to get him up there ASAP to Boston and do a meeting for the multifamily office. I'm also looking for, a potential development exec or something like that for Boston Exchange. I'm looking to, because Kimberly, she's been kind of program managing, but she was always interim. Like maybe somebody who can, or whatever, or potential, whatever.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Give me one.
It's just my 2 cents when I listen to you. I think you need one team captain, and you can have. They don't have to be such high-paying folks underneath that are like brand managers running each thing. So I think there's like a business manager, like you're Jay Brown, that sees like all of the stuff that you're doing, and then you have a brand manager for Boston Exchange, a brand manager for each of these verticals that then can report to that person. They can distill the information and give it to you as one.
So like a business development person for JB,
For the whole thing.
the whole company.
Correct.
Yeah.
All of them, because you have all these
Yeah,
pieces
you got a
that
lot
are
of people.
dope, but it's like you're putting a lot of time and energy in each pillar, but actually it's all connected based off of your one vision and plan.
Yeah.
Because you keep telling it to me,
Just different
so
structures.
I'm listening, but I'm like, all these people, now they got to try to figure out how they talk to all these folks, but you want like one person reporting to you,
Yeah.
not like 10 niggas.
For sure. No, I business development. That's good advice.
Like that's how I'm set up is as a holdco. So I own my holding company. I have a manager for my nonprofit, a manager for each of the brands. I have a manager for media. I have a manager for my transactions. So that is my lead team. They report to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. One back office, and then I just have service agreements per company. That's how I mitigate taxes across the whole thing. So like, it's just a setup to like, so it's less pressure because your main thing is your main thing.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff that you're doing is so big and dope that like it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been trying to get to, where I've had like operational executives that I report to, and then they kind of go and put the fires out and everything else. So Andrea, she's one of those people. She goes and touches everything. So I meet with her twice a week.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Jason. I meet with him twice a week as well. And they both see the world different. They have different skill sets, but they both touch every business. So they get to hold people accountable. They also, they know what the time frames are supposed to be, or what the budgets are supposed to look like. So they can be able to report back and be like, okay, this person, we got some trouble here, rather than I have to be. But a business person, they're operational executives, but not like a business development. They're not doing scales and projections and all that type of stuff. Like when you say business, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the gatekeeper of the whole vision. So they have to not only understand the strategy and the vision, but then also how it's all monetized and flow through.
Mm-hmm.
So you can drive efficiencies. Because if not, you'll have like competing things, and that's where cost gets out of it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, just cost can get exploded. Like so many of the things that you're telling me that I'm hearing, at least it overlaps. So it's like one of the businesses actually is probably driving another portion of the business, but if they're not talking on the same page, like they just miss it.
For sure.
Because I'm listening, like if you got $1 million over here on the nonprofit, I'm like that team could be a contractor to your holdco. So meaning the nonprofit could have a service agreement to your holding company. Your holding company team is managing that. So you're just using the nonprofit as like a bank. So it's just paying the other portions of your stuff. That's where you could drive it. So like Venture Noir is my nonprofit. There was a fee that I got from like the Walton family. But the team, Keys knows, my team actually weren't Venture Noir employees. They weren't employees of the nonprofit. They were contractors.
Contractors.
They worked for my holding company.
Got you.
So that way they could do other things.
Got you.
So it was like, yes, they were doing the nonprofit, but they were also driving for-profit shit.
But they were being so the money that you was getting from the Walton family was paying the contractors.
Paying the contractors.
But they were still being able to use that to go do other shit.
And everything was efficient.
Rather than them being on a salary.
Correct.
Because then if you're on a salary, you got to
You're
do
restricted to
one
that
thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
You want the freedom, so it's like, no, let these niggas, like, smart people can do a lot.
I call them
You
two-way
want all-
players.
Hey, you want all their capacity.
Two-way players. Yeah, you want people that can play both sides, play different positions.
That's how it's efficient.
Yeah,
Look, a two-way player gonna get paid more, right?
absolutely. Every time they get the MVP.
Makes sense. I think you got a model for that already.
I'm dead.
All right, I know you going to Oakley. You gonna go?
You going straight there?